Yeah.
Yeah, them boys is back. Them boys is back, baby.
Let's do this.
What's really good out there?
What's going on?
Yeah, we getting the stream set up, y'all. Just making sure we get everything right. Because once we get to going, y'all, we going.
Yeah, true that.
Once we get in there, hey, yo, we the ones, all right, representing the one.
That's
So
right.
yo, man, once we on, it's on and popping. So make sure you lock it in. Get your questions in now. All right? Get your questions in on one of the fastest growing wrestling content platforms. Hey, announcement for y'all. We'll be announcing this throughout the night, but we'll jump in right away with an announcement for y'all. NXT Fort Pierce is coming. It's official. NXT in Fort Pierce, Florida. If you're in the local area, if you live on Florida's Treasure Coast, whether that's Vero Beach, Melbourne, Sebastian, you're a Palm City or up north, or down south, right? If you're in Port St. Lucie, all the way down to West Palm Beach, all the way down to Boynton Beach and all of them, okay? Or if you live in Orlando, even, north, whatever, you still want to come down, we're going to be doing giveaways at NXT Fort Pierce at the Havert L. Finn Center. Okay? Again, we'll be sharing this later on, so if you missed the announcement, we'll be sharing it later on with you. But yeah, Havert L. Finn Center in Fort Pierce, Florida. We will be live at NXT Fort Pierce representing, and the best part about that is we are going to be doing giveaways. That's right. We will be doing giveaways. We got a few merch items that we're giving away. Great stuff, okay? We're going to have some great stuff available, so you do not want to miss it, okay? Looks like I got a whole lot of light going. Let me turn off a little bit of light, man. Let me get the lighting nice and comfortable in here.
Yeah, we got
set the mood. Ha ha. Yeah.
Okay. So
get you in the mood.
We got a lot to talk about.
Dude, bro, listen, we're going to have to make it happen, man.
It's hot up in here, too, by the way.
Bro.
You forgot to turn it on.
I did forget to turn the AC on, so we got to...
We finna sweat it out for y'all. Sweating to
We try to fit with it, though, dog.
Heck yeah. So, there's a lot going on, man.
Bro, all right. So, let's kick it off then, man. Let's kick it off with the top of the week.
Ooh, Souls!
Ooh, them boys.
So, no.
iPhone
I don't know how.
Call is interrupting. Okay. It's all good. It's all good. All right.
So, back to what I was saying. Emotional roller coaster.
Emotional roller coaster.
You think you know what's going to happen, and then they make it seem like something else is going to happen, and then you go down because they really sell that, and then the great thing happens, and you're like, yes. Finally. Dude, you and I talked about this, and I really wanted to save this conversation for the live because we kind of hit about it just on the phone the other day. In my perspective, this is Big K Dog, heavyweight commentary. My thoughts alone I'm not saying this is anybody else's. This is my thoughts.
Yeah, legit.
To me, this is hands down the best storyline ever.
Dang, dog.
Ever.
You know what? And we talked about it, and I know that you justified that statement. And when you justified it, I said, dang, he's got a pretty solid point. Ever? I'm going to have to weigh that in with the heavyweight universe out there.
Come on, come at me.
Because I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. That's a very bold claim to make. Okay? Very bold claim. I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying very bold claim. I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying I just don't know how to feel about that. That's all I'm saying. I don't know that I'm like 100% that it's the best. Javier, what up, dog? You know. So I don't know, Daddy. I don't know.
So here's my thoughts.
Yes.
I just explained to you how just the storyline alone has got you going. They want you to see something happen.
Yes.
So we've known that there was an issue since WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when was WrestleMania?
WrestleMania? We talking about January time frame? March? This year, was it around March, give or take?
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple months ago, right?
Yeah.
3-4 months ago?
Yeah.
How long has the bloodline been going on since before that?
Dang, it's been a minute.
Since COVID times, right?
Yo, you got... Dang, has it really been that long? You're right.
Right?
You're right.
So, this has been a culmination of a multi-year storyline.
If you want to be technical, going back to the Usos first turning heel, it's been that long.
Right. So great stories. You mentioned the original debut of the NWO.
I think that to me that takes the title. That takes the crown.
I was a huge fan.
Yes.
But that played out over weeks.
But did it though?
It did, because after that it was, and this is just my again.
Yeah.
When I say these things, I'm speaking of K-Dog, Big K-Dog's opinion.
Big K-Dog.
No one else.
Hello.
It happened over weeks.
Yeah.
After that, it was just.
Hey Javier, thanks for the follow, dog. Appreciate you.
What up? It played out over weeks, and then it was just, well, is this guy gonna join? Is this guy gonna join?
Yeah.
And eventually, like, when it became, well, now it's red versus black. Who's gonna be on red? Who's gonna be on black? It was the same thing. Okay? Same thing. Now we've got a storyline, a family who has been on the top. Some of them have fallen.
Mm-hmm.
They're building themselves back up. And now we have a split. It seems very much like red and black, or black and white, and red and black split. But I for some reason, I just feel more emotionally invested in this. Like, I look forward to SmackDown to see what's going to happen.
I think the drama is playing out extremely well. I take nothing away from it. I think, really, for the storyline to be greater than what it already is. So say, okay, is it the greatest storyline? I think for a storyline to be greater than what it already is, to be honest, I feel like WWE always does this. I feel like they kind of kill things prematurely. I think the bloodline has been so hot that they didn't have to kill it, and they could have played it out a little bit more, and I think they could have eroded the bloodline a little bit, a little bit slower. Now, having said that, I don't know that we're 100% done with the bloodline. I don't know that I believe it's completely over. I think the bloodline might take on a different form. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Again, in my opinion, best story ever. I literally jumped out of my chair when I saw Jay smirk and go, "I'm out too."
Yeah.
I was like, "Wow!"
That was dope, my man. And you know what I love?
Because he sold that so hard.
Bro, you the prom king! Most likely to succeed!
Mr. Prom Prince.
Yeah.
Mr. Prom King.
Yeah. And I love that. And then
he said, "We've been chasing him, and the whole time, I've been trying to keep up with you."
Yeah.
And in my mind, I'm like, wait a second. he's giving Jimmy props over Roman.
Yes.
I caught that. And I was like, and then he's like, and it's all because of him. And then I was like, dang, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're out. And I was like, man. And then that smirk, dog, you got to watch it. Watch it back. And if you pay attention,
Yeah.
when they standing face to face,
Yes.
right before he says, and I'm out too, he smirks at Jimmy and is like, got him.
Yeah.
He says, I'm out too. Whop! And bro, I know that they are the super kick kings, but them two that they put on Roman,
woo,
they were pretty stiff.
They were
pretty stiff.
Now I will say this, just you talking about it, us just kind of going over it right now. Hey, Jesus is King joint, yo, that's what's up, fam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, amen, brother. We rock with that all day long, amen. So, what you mentioned brought back to mind, and I wonder if Jey Uso thought about the super kick and pulled a Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Because it really gives me Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty vibes.
Yeah.
Which is, in fact, if you know your wrestling history, a Mandela effect moment. I don't know if you believe in the Mandela effect.
Oh, absolutely.
But let me ask you this. On camera, did Shawn Michaels super kick Marty Jannetty through the plate glass window, or did he throw him through the window?
He threw him through the window.
Bro, this is the Mandela effect taking place right now. I can see it. My 8-9-year-old self would swear to you on everything that he kicked that man through the window.
I feel like he kicked him and then grabbed him and threw him to the window.
Now, I've seen that footage recently.
Mm-hmm.
But 8-9 years old, my dog, he kicked him through the window. It is burned into my mind. There are other people who can confess and attest that he kicked him through the window. What in the world?
So did he kick him or throw him?
Footage that we have today suggests that he threw him through the window. But how do I remember it different?
I don't know.
It's the Mandela effect, dog. Yeah. Mandela effect. Okay.
So, but hold on. Now, so there's layers to this thing.
Yes.
Because I mentioned this to you, and you were like, whoa, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Think about pre-WrestleMania promos.
Okay.
What did Cody Rhodes say?
You know what? You brought it to my mind, and honestly, for some reason, I did not see that promo.
Cody Rhodes got in the ring, and he told you, Roman, your world is going to crumble. He said, Jay is going to leave you, and Jimmy's going to follow. And then Solo's going to leave you. And the only one you're going to have left is him. And he's going to leave you. And you're going to be all alone.
So you mean that everything is going to fall down, the king's castle is literally going to crumble out around him, and Roman Reigns is going to have to carry his own, and he's going to get pinned for the 1, 2, 3.
I'm just saying... All I know is Cody Rhodes predicted this junk months ago. So, either this is the greatest storyline of all time, or Cody Rhodes just shot a shot in the dark and got lucky and hit something.
I hope. This is what, and I always hope this. I hope that WWE's creative is paying attention and they're doing almost like a Marvel Universe type thing.
Oh, yeah.
They're building on things and establishing a foundation and then telling us, hey, yo, we're going to pay off. He's Carl Weezer.
What's up, Carl Weezer?
All right, Weezer. Hey, you can be that, dog. Woo Energy Joint. Hey!
Woo! 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 I'm telling you, man. I can't wait to try them, bro.
Bro, listen.
I'm so stoked to try them drinks, bro.
Dog, I saw the packaging process, and my mouth was literally watering. I was salivating.
Oh, when they were showing the cans going through the line,
yeah,
bro, I'm with you because I was watching that today and I was like, dang, I can't wait to get one of them.
bro. And you hit me up earlier and said, "Hey, I got something for you, man. Don't get that rock star." And I was like, "Could it be? Is it? Woo!" So I can't wait, man. What are you owls hooing about? Hey, yo.
Look right above you. Look
Hey,
right above you in
dog.
the comment section, brother.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Woo!
Woo!
I'm just telling you, man.
Let's go.
So
Hey, thanks, Woo. We appreciate y'all. It says, send them drinks out. We're going to drink them live online. Let's go.
bro, we're gonna do better than that. We're gonna unbox them online. We're gonna crack them open online.
You know it.
And we're gonna test all the flavors online right here for you guys. And then on top of that, just so y'all know, like I told you, there's layers to this thing. We've already got creative ideas to make commercials for these
Yeah,
folks.
full commercials is going down.
And you're gonna like them. You're gonna like them. I promise you.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
predicted all this.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can say like months ago. Like
Cody. Yo, I want more than anything for Cody to finish the story. And I think to finish the story, it makes sense to book Cody strong and to book Roman believable. You have to get Roman alone to where Solo, maybe he has the opportunity to get the one up on Cody. And Solo says, nah, Oos, I ain't even doing it, dog. And Cody gets the 1, 2, 3 straight up, dolo.
Yeah. The only thing, like, my thoughts on that are, I want to see Cody finish the story.
Yeah.
But if he beats Roman and he's the champion, you're talking about putting him on a pedestal that is way up there.
I think he can handle
Now,
it, though.
I was going to say, in the climate of WWE that we're in right now, he's the only one that I know that can.
Bro, because you know what?
I would have said AJ Styles 5 to 10 years ago.
Man,
when he first came in, AJ was that guy. AJ could have done it. He's old now.
Dude, you know what I love, man? It's hard for me because I'm one of those guys who I don't care if it's my guy. You could be 100 years old. I still think Ric Flair should come back and take the title. You know what I'm saying? Like, as ridiculous as it sounds.
Right, yeah.
I love my old Hulk Hogan. He got one more run left in him. You know, not really. But we want to believe that.
Yeah.
And so I could see AJ doing it now. But realistically, no. I agree with you. Cody is the man of the hour.
And I like Seth. He's not the guy.
Yes, correct.
He's a guy.
Yes.
But he's not the guy.
And I think
to quote Roman.
Exactly. And he's got to be able to have his spot because he is that workhorse and he deserves to have his moment in the sun.
Yeah.
But Cody is just white hot. And I don't even know how Cody got that hot because it wasn't but a week before WrestleMania, maybe a little bit before WrestleMania, where they were booing him out the building on AEW.
Yeah.
They booed that boy slap out arenas. I'm like, what's Cody Rhodes going to do? And when you heard wrestling has more than one, whoo, I mean, the crowd lost it.
I still lose it. I ride around rocking that joint in the car, bro.
Yeah, let's oh man, dude, I'm geeking on that theme, bro.
Yeah.
Geeking.
So I like the path. Do they play it out to get it to WrestleMania? Do you let Roman make it to WrestleMania?
I don't know what for. That's my only issue. I don't know.
Then Cody has to take it at SummerSlam.
SummerSlam or Royal Rumble is still a pretty big pay-per-view.
It's SummerSlam or Mania.
Now, I would agree that Mania is the ideal, culmination of it all.
Sunday night, last match, 10:59. Cody pins him for the 1, 2, 3.
It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I mean, I love the booking. It's just, how do you play it out and keep it fresh until then?
That's my thoughts. Is like, how do you keep Cody strong until then?
Yeah, and not to mention, it's like, how does Cody stay away from Roman? Now, I will say,
I think I know where you're about to go.
Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Money in the Bank can add that air of, could it be now? Could it be now? And Cody could tease, and you could keep it going. Is Cody going to cash in? Cody could show up and play mind games with Seth Rollins.
Yeah, but he's not even in Money in the Bank.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, he's wrestling Dom. That's right.
Yeah, so.
But they've proven that they can do some things to where Cody might wrestle a match after the fact to win the Money in the Bank briefcase anyway. You never know how they could swerve that.
Yeah, I mean, there's booking there because you could put the case on somebody like
Ricochet,
Damian Priest.
Damian Priest, yeah.
Let him hold it for a while. Have him fight Cody after he fights Dom.
Uh-huh.
For the briefcase.
Yeah.
Someone goes to jump in. Finn Balor goes to jump in. And Kevin Owens comes out of the back.
Yes.
Or you could book it many ways, but you're right. I think the only way you could do that would be to pull one of their. Figure out a way to put the briefcase on Cody, and then Cody challenges at WrestleMania and says, I want WrestleMania, me, you, let's finish the story.
Yes.
And let's make it in a situation where Solo and the Usos and anyone else can interfere.
Yes.
How do you do that? Cage match? We know people can interfere in cage matches.
Bro, no.
I don't know how you keep, and unless you do something where, like we said, where you break the kingdom down and it's Roman by himself having to defend the title for himself. He stays strong for a while, but then he runs into Cody, who is now built. That's some booking right there. They should hire us, man.
Bro,
WWE, I'm just telling you. Creative, I'm just telling you.
Dude, we giving y'all material.
You're just laying it out there for free. Just take it.
Yeah.
Just take it.
But, Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what they're going to do. I have some fantasy ideas. Probably my main fantasy idea, we talked about it last time we went live, last week. My fantasy is that they go the NWO Wolfpack route. And that you make, obviously, Jimmy and Jay are made men. They're already made.
So, little known fact, Umaga's son just signed. I think he just signed, or he just is ready to sign.
Because he's the kid we saw elsewhere in the Indies, right?
No. This is somebody new.
There's another one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Umaga's son.
Yeah.
Wow. Because there's another kid out there who looks like Umaga, give or take.
But I think this is a different. Mm-hmm.
Bro.
So you could build up literally 2 family trees. Because in all reality, Jay and Jimmy and Solo are Rikishi's boys.
That's a good point.
And who's to say Keish doesn't come out and snatch his youngest up by the scruff of the back of the neck and say, listen, boy, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Or
that's your brothers.
Or He comes out and says, and this would really change the game.
Y'all better fall in line.
Exactly. Jimmy and Jay, that's not how I raised y'all. That's not where we come from. You respect the tribal chief. He is the head of the table. Y'all get right. I side with Roman. I side with Solo. And Rikishi puts his stamp on Roman Reigns.
Publicly.
Yeah, and the Sika and Alpha, the Wild Samoans, put their stamp on. They've already done it. They officially just reiterate Roman is the man. Could you imagine breaking that out? Really, I think what they should do is do a special segment to do a tribal council. Sika, Alpha, Rikishi, Umaga.
No, Umarga's dead, bro.
Oh, dang. Oh my God.
That'd be hard for him to be a part of that.
Dude, man, it's a big family, bro.
Yeah.
It's a big family. Dang, Umaga, dang. I know Yoko's gone, but dang.
Yeah, so I was watching this the other day, the story of Usos. Umaga is the one who brought them along to wrestling camp and got them into wrestling. And he passed away the day that they signed.
Oh, wow.
So the day that they signed with WWE, he passed away.
Wow.
And that was like something that Jay said was very impactful for him because Umaga's the one that brought them and got them out of the streets and brought them into training and got them into wrestling.
Wow.
And they weren't allowed to share that moment with him because he passed away.
Dang. Well, rest in peace to the homie Umaga.
But
Rikishi,
now,
as far as I know, he has a brother who is still around, and he looks just like him.
Yeah.
Funny story, Pensacola, Florida. I'm representing the home of Roman Reigns, home of the Usos. These are Pensacola boys. Okay? Pensacola, Florida. I was in University Mall, Pensacola, Florida, walking around with my then high school sweetheart. And we had a unique look because, we both, were these rebel kids wearing all black and black nail polish and this and that. So walk around the mall. There's this guy at this little table. He had not much bigger than this. Big guy, your size. Blonde hair, blonde beard. I said, that's Rikishi. Ran up on him. I said, yo, Keish, what up, fam? And he's like, nah, I'm his brother. And I'm like, literally, you would have to wipe your eyeballs with Windex right in front of him because he looked just like Rikishi. So he's doing his thing, and he had a little clipboard. He was signing people up or taking interest for a new wrestling school.
So is Kishi and him twins?
I don't know because he looked just like him.
Twins usually follow.
That makes sense, yeah. But he could have been his twin.
Gotcha.
Because when I tell you, I looked at him straight on right here from me to you, and I could tell you that was Rikishi. And he's like, nah, because he did the blonde, all the blonde. I said, I'll be doggone if this ain't Rikishi. And it was not Rikishi. He said, I'm his brother, but I'm promoting his school. And I was 16 at the time, having a girl, and he's like, hey, man, she make a great valet, bro. Maybe y'all want to come out and do a partnership thing, whatever. And I'm like, that would be dope. Never did it, obviously, but that was my connection to the family. But just to say, the tribal council, if he's, still working with the business, you got a lot of members of the family who could jump in. Even The Rock's mother could jump in.
Yeah.
So either way, Stogie, Mike, what up, homie? But yeah, so I just say tribal council, have them talk about the direction, sit the young men down, and of course, break out into an all-out brawl, or at least break out into a shouting match to culminate in the brawl later on. Who knows? Who knows?
It definitely, like I said, it has me wanting to watch to see where it's going to go.
And then the Usos showing up at a house show.
Yeah.
You just have no idea.
Because...
Hey, so you might appreciate the love, my brother.
Yeah, dude, that's my dog, man. You my boy, bro. You my boy.
My boy, Blue.
You my boy, Blue. They showed up at a house show. because Solo was interfering in a match between Roman and Rey Mysterio.
Yes.
And that created your Civil War timeline, which is genius because now every house show people are going to pack to hope that they see that.
Yes.
So I'm excited, man.
Dude.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Super exciting, bro. I mean, it's a great time. As we always say, great time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh, it's the best time ever.
Great time to be a wrestling fan for real.
There's so much good talent out there right now. I mean, think about it. There's 2 major productions that are thriving.
Yeah.
With a ton of indie productions thriving.
Oh, man, crazy.
So, I mean, you could watch Ring of Honor. I mean, say what you want, it's an indie show. You can watch Ring of Honor. You can watch TNA. You can watch New Japan. There's a lot of content out there.
Legit.
And whatever kind of wrestling you want to see. I mean, you posted a video with a dude swinging what is that video game?
Final Fantasy?
Yeah, he's swinging a Final Fantasy sword of light bulbs at dude's head.
Bro, I just can't understand. GCW was something else, bro.
I was like, I didn't even know they still did this stuff.
Bro, GCW, I don't know how much you know about Nick Gage, but you got to watch the Dark Side of the Ring episode on Nick Gage.
Okay.
That dude is... You think Moxley, like him and Moxley are kind of like 2 sides of the same coin.
They cut it from the same cloth.
But Nick Gage is like a step above Moxley.
Okay.
Like he's not for TV.
He's not all there.
No, he's not. Like a funny story. He wrestled David Arquette. David Arquette came back to do a special appearance for GCW, and
he just absolutely. I hope he just absolutely just.
Well, it actually turned into a shoot. And Nick Gage jacked him up pretty good and pinned him legit for 1, 2, 3, and was like, "Hey, don't get up." For real.
Wow.
So you gotta watch it.
I know what I'm researching.
Yeah, because that David Arquette, it got heated. It got to a shoot, and David Arquette got in there basically saying, "Hey, don't damage my face." He pulled a Miz. This is the moneymaker. And Nick Gage is like, bro, we hardcore over here. I'm not gonna.
I'm damaging that.
Oh yeah, and yeah. So it got to be a problem, and Nick solved it.
Hey, you know what they say? Mess around and find out.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Dog, yeah.
Find out.
It was heated. It was for real. Yeah, so yeah, I mean there's something for everybody. You're right. Switching gears, man.
Talk to me.
Switching gears, yo. So, gosh, man, such a great week for wrestling. I watched AEW Collision. Saturday night, AEW Collision popped off with the return of, love him or hate him, the Second City Saint himself, the self-proclaimed best in the world, Mr. CM Punk. We were talking about the promo earlier. What do you say about CM Punk's return promo?
I think it is classic Punk. I mean, I'm not stupid by any means. Am I a mark for wrestling? 100%. I'll tell you, I am a mark for wrestling. I'll tell you straight out, I'm a mark.
Mark.
But this is his shtick. This is what he does. The powers that be are against me. It's me by myself. Everyone in the back hates me, and that's okay. I hate all them. I mean, we already heard this pipe bomb. I mean, just take John Cena out and put the Young Bucks in, or take the Young Bucks out and put Adam Page in. He's really just saying the same things, just repackaging it.
So do you think that CM Punk has to have this adversity, or has to have this big machine to fight so that he can seem like the hero in his own story?
In Chicago, yeah.
That's fair. I would agree.
Because where does that work outside of Chicago? Because everybody else is going to be like, who cares, bro?
And you know, that's important you say that because that's my curiosity. They had to do United Center in Chicago to bring CM Punk back.
Yep.
Because they really couldn't control what would happen elsewhere.
Correct.
And they want to control the narrative that CM Punk is still hot.
Right.
And still a draw. But as you mentioned earlier, he only sold so many more tickets. And that show for Collision wasn't all that hot as far as, you know, everybody buying it out or they thought they were going to sell it out. It just wasn't that hot. Now, it was a great crowd attendance, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I don't think he... All right, I'm just going to say what I'm thinking. If you bought him for what he was worth and sold him for what he thought he was worth, you'd never work a day the rest of your life. He's over the hill.
Yeah, facts.
He's just repeating what he did before. It's nothing new. The only person that I can think about who was relevant in just about every era of TV that you can think of with the same character, we mentioned him earlier. Woo! Woo! Ric Flair never changed his character.
Facts.
And he was relevant in 3 decades.
I mean...
4 decades.
Now, yeah, exactly. I mean, he's transcended he's transcended pop culture.
So, CM Punk has the same tired, I'm straight edge, I'm the best. No, bro, you're really not. You're old. CM Punk is the Brett Favre of wrestling. Retire, bro.
Wow.
Retire, bro.
Wow.
Hashtag I said what I said.
Wow.
Bro, I'm going to go hard tonight. I don't even care. Retire, bro.
You know, man, one Bill Phil, he said in a world or what is it, in an industry filled with counterfeit bucks?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny because my daughter, who I raised on wrestling, she even went, ooh, just felt really icky about that statement because it's like, okay, bro, you taking shots, I get it. But like you said, I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's a shtick that you're like, okay, bro, can you get over without insulting the company? Go ahead.
Can you start your own company? Say what you want. Cody, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, Kenny Omega, the Elite started AEW. All Elite Wrestling. Not CM Punk special. Sorry, bro. I said what I said. Retire, bro.
I think that's enough said, bro. I think that's enough said about CM Punk's return.
How you gonna pop shots at the dudes who created a way for you to be even relevant again?
Because at the end, and you're right, because the biggest draw about CM Punk coming back to wrestling was just the fact that people wanted to see CM Punk wrestle. And I believe this. I believe wholeheartedly. You can tell me something different if you want. I believe wholeheartedly that CM Punk coming back for a one-shot deal, okay, would have blown the box office out, and they should have, in hindsight, should have signed CM Punk to a per diem contract. Mm-hmm. Make appearances, like WWE, they do a Legends deal. Hey, do so many appearances during the year. You get all the merch. You get video game placement. Mm-hmm. Okay? Hey, you might get your ice cream bars. But, brother, you ain't going to be no mainstay on this roster. Mm-mm. If they signed him to a deal like that, I think it would have made way more sense in hindsight.
Yeah.
Now, granted, his match, CM Punk with FTR versus you had Juice Robinson, Jay White, and gosh, the third is escaping me. But you had a 6-man tag, which I'm not a fan of 6-man tags, 8-man tags, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a huge fan of those. But this was a really good match. And I think Punk showed up and he did his thing. I liked seeing Punk in the match. Having said that, I didn't see anything that I was like, wow, Punk is back.
Yeah.
I just don't have any butterflies about it. All right.
Yep.
Collision.
Collision.
So Collision, man, we had just some outstanding wrestling on Collision.
How? Because I'll be honest, I didn't watch it.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little earlier.
Yeah.
But he's my guy.
Yeah.
I like him. I've liked him since day one.
Uh-huh.
Rusev.
Yes, Rusev, a.k.a. Miro. Yeah, me being the AEW correspondent, I have to say, man, they booked him right.
He should be a monster.
100%. And he came through. And of all people, I love that they booked him. They booked him against Tony Nese. And Tony Nese played a really good heel, annoying jerk of a heel. And granted, Tony Nese looks like a guy who would be kind of sleazy anyway. He just looks like that kind of sleazy. And he's playing the personal trainer. So it works perfect.
Oh, gosh.
He looks like the guy who would be in the real tight polo shirt, like tight, cutting the circulation off.
With small sleeves on an extra large shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he'd be walking around the gym trying to help girls out, hey, you need a little assistance with that, He does that really well.
Good.
So he booked that. He told everybody, hey, you're all fat in Chicago. We got to get a group workout. And, of course, Rusev, Miro comes out. And for the most part, squashes him.
Good.
Squashes him. And it was just a great booking.
Did they get him back to the kicks and the power moves?
The Machka kick was on point.
Good.
And I was impressed. And I thought, because we train martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought about it like this. But that's a big boy to get that leg up and hit that kick on the money on anybody. Tall, short, anybody.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah. And that's what I always tell people. I mean, I know this is all a work. Okay?
Work.
I know it's all a work. But that's what's impressive is not, I don't believe that it's real. The impressive part is the stuff that they do and they don't injure each other. Doing in the NXT match for the Heritage Cup.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the finishing move. I don't even know what to call it. But dude did a double flip this way as he was spinning this way. It was like a twisting double flip. It was insane. And how he didn't hurt himself or the guy he landed on, I have no idea. But that's what's impressive about that's this stuff. That's why I like going, we're going Friday night. We're going to be at Fort Pierce at the Haverdale Fitness Center for NXT Live.
That's right.
We will be in the parking lot.
Yeah.
We will do pre-match interviews and post-match interviews.
That's right.
And there was something you mentioned
earlier. Bro, we got to have merch giveaways.
What?
So if you were in the area all the way up to Orlando, all the way down to West Palm Beach, hey, I don't know if you might want to come up from Miami. It's up to you. But we will be at NXT in Fort Pierce, Florida this Friday night. And we will be giving away merch. We're going to, like my man Big K-Dog said, doing the interviews. But, if you want to get some free merch, guys, we got some quality stuff for you. WWE merch that you are going to love. We got some classic old school, and then we've got some new school. We got it's great gifts that, hey, maybe you don't want it, but you want to give it to the wrestling fan in your life. You want to give it to your girlfriend who's obsessed. You want to give it to your kid. You want to give it, hey, maybe to your dad.
Hey.
It's going to be great stuff.
So come out. We got to come up with how we're going to give that away.
You got a point, man.
Because you just said we got merch to give away, but how are we going to give this away?
Here's what I'm thinking.
Talk to me.
Wrestling.
Let me talk to you.
Yes, wrestling trivia.
Wrestling trivia.
Wrestling trivia.
Okay.
I'm thinking we could select from the crowd and do some wrestling trivia.
Hey, would you like a chance to win some free merch?
Facts. Or maybe a good old fashioned raffle. I don't know.
Or a chest slap competition.
Woo!
You can take it.
I took one pretty decent earlier. I took a decent one.
I'll take a lot of them.
Yo, I know how you do. Yes. So Collision, man, we saw the Outcast in action.
Yep.
They wrestled Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. Great match. Sky Blue actually got the pin on Ruby Soho. Yeah. Well, which apparently she's billed as being from Chicago, Illinois. So that makes sense. But, hey, all due respect to Sky Blue, she came out, and I'm very impressed that she stepped her game up. And she had to step her game up because Ruby did the favors. So that's no small feat. It was a great match. Take nothing away from it. Match of the night, hands down. Whoa. Andrade El Idolo versus Buddy Matthews.
I thought you said it was Charlotte versus Mommy.
Yes. So, great spot.
Spoiler.
Yes, Buddy Matthews ends up slapping Rhea's submission. I'm going to forget what her submission is called. He slaps it. It's like a reverse cloverleaf almost. And then Andrade managed to break free. Andrade slaps Matthews in the figure four. And I'm laughing. Me and my daughter watching this clowning. And I said, babe, wouldn't it be funny if he bridges up to the figure eight? Sure enough, this clown bridges and pushes into that figure eight. Matthews taps out, and I love that these men were man enough to put their ladies over. That was awesome.
That's dope.
And they're another promotion.
That's dope.
That's love right there, bro.
That's fire.
Yes.
I like that.
Definitely. So, yeah.
You gotta love the ladies.
Yes.
Love your ladies, Jen.
So we had that. We had a few segments from Powerhouse Hobbs. We had him showing up, doing his thing. We had a really good match. And this is an interesting dynamic. Luchasaurus versus Wardlow.
Ooh.
And them some big boys.
Yeah, but Lucha can move.
Dude, Lucha, push that man to the moon. Now, hold that thought. Luchasaurus took Wardlow to the limit, as rightfully so. I think they booked it well. But one of the things that at first I was upset about ended up becoming the main attraction of the match, which was Christian Cage's involvement. Not a huge fan of Christian Cage getting all the airtime because I think AEW has pushed ex-WWE guys a little hard. But Christian Cage is playing the jerk manager role so good. And what he's doing with Luchasaurus is telling a news story where Luchasaurus, with Christian Cage's assistance, hitting Wardlow upside the head. It was brilliant. They had a guy that you never see, of course, a press photographer with the camera, come out to the ringside. Christian Cage snatches the camera. It's like a DSLR. It's a legit camera. Cracks Wardlow over the head. Lens, all pieces shatter everywhere. Luchasaurus pins. 1, 2, 3. We have a new TNT champion. In Luchasaurus.
No.
Yeah.
That's fire.
No. But the best part, they tell a story where Christian Cage snatches up the belt, hoists it up like he won it, and it has Luchasaurus carry him on his shoulders while he hoists the belt in the air. So we've already built it in where who's the real TNT champion? And is Luchasaurus just getting played? And he's just a sideshow all over again like he was with Jungle Boy. Great storytelling. Great storytelling.
I like it.
Yes, great storytelling.
So let's transition to some bad storytelling.
Let's go.
NXT.
Go Rush.
No, that's next week.
Okay.
Seth Rollins.
Uh-huh.
Braun Breaker.
Go Rush. That's Go Rush, right?
It could have been. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins Braun Breaker.
Whoa! Okay.
Again, I'm coming at you as Big K Dog.
Big K-Dog.
I like Braun Breaker. I want to see Braun Breaker continue to get a better push than what he's getting.
I agree.
I felt like they booked him weak.
How do you do that?
Because they had to protect Seth. It was a dumb move to have him, that challenge happen, and then hurt Seth, and then have him fight Braun Breaker, and then go to fight in the pay-per-view.
Could it be that they saw the success that's happening with Cody and the hard time Cody's going through, and they want to recreate that and give Seth that much more baby face sympathy? Could it be?
I don't know, but don't squash a guy to do that. Book it. I mean, there's a lot of guys that he could have fought, but don't take the guy that in reality is the best talent in NXT right now. And Baron Corbin has dropped back down to fight in NXT. Don't take the guy who is the best talent and make him look the weakest. It sucked, man. Like, I knew the whole time, I was like, this is a throwaway match. And Finn Balor came out and attacked Seth again. So, in an attempt to build a feud, they wrecked the guy that they had been building for years.
And I hate when WWE does that.
It's sad, man, because I liked him as a face, but I like him more as a heel, man. I really do.
Dude, 100%.
He's got that swagger that his uncle and his dad had. He's got the ability of his dad and the swagger of his uncle.
Yeah.
Except he can talk.
Dude, for real.
You know, his uncle was crazy. Just legit crazy. But I'm a genetic freak! Yeah! Woo! You know. Big booty daddy.
Oh my God. The big bad booty daddy. Did that make any sense? Never.
No, but you listen to his promos and it was like the Ultimate Warrior 2.0.
Facts.
It's like, bro, what language are you speaking?
Facts.
But he had swagger doing it.
But
he was an idiot.
Papa Pump, I can't even say it.
Big Papa Pump's got your
The hook up.
Holla if you hear me.
What the heck? That used to crack me up, even as a kid, because I'm like, he really has no idea what he's talking about.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. Okay. Go move it on. Okay, so, Braun Breaker.
Yeah, I think he's a big enough talent to overcome it, but it was just bad. It was bad. And, you know, Seth gave the rub to Mello for coming out and kind of whatever, you know. I don't know. I don't see how you have a 5'4" world champion when you got a guy that's like 6'2".
He's not 5'4", really?
Bro, he's tiny.
Oh, well, you've seen him live.
Yeah, he's tiny. I could pick him up and throw him. Him just a will, fella. I'm sure they got him booked at like 5'11", 6 foot. He ain't that big.
Oh, gosh.
I'm 6'2", and if I got to look down to see you, you ain't 6 foot.
No, not even close, bro.
If I got to go like this, you're not that big.
He ain't 6 foot.
Yeah, so. And he's probably, you know, they'll have him build it to 15, whatever. He's probably 185.
Wow.
I mean, he's a little guy. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. It's like, I love Rey Mysterio. It didn't make sense to me to have Rey as your world heavyweight champion.
That never made sense to me. That never ever made. And then the term heavyweight. That's the whole thing why we do this, baby. It's heavyweights in the building.
So, I think Braun is a big enough talent to overcome all of this. The problem is, what do they do with him now? Because you just squashed him. In all intents and purposes, it was a good match. Was it great? No.
Maybe this is his foray into the main roster.
Could be. A friend of mine who you'll meet Friday at the event saying he goes, Braun's done. Like they have no choice now.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with him? You know, you've let Melo beat him twice. Literally, he could rip Melo's arm off and beat him to death with his own arm.
100%.
And you had that guy beat him twice. So now what do you do with him? Like, you got to put him. Now, my thoughts are, where do you put him on the main roster? Like, is he the lone wolf guy, or do you align him with a faction? And if you put him in a faction, where do you put him?
You know, based on his heel work, I don't think Judgment Day is a bad faction for him.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't think it's bad.
Because you have the tension brewing right now with Damian Priest and Finn Balor. You have that tension brewing. You could put Braun with Damian, and then Balor can kind of hang with Mommy, and so you got kind of the internal conflict, but still a cohesive unit.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then eventually they just dump Damian Priest out, and then that creates, gets him off on his own as that baby face that they want him to be anyway.
Yeah. Well, I have no idea.
But it is what it is. Especially seeing the success of the Puerto Rico show, Damian Priest is, with all respect, proud Puerto Rican.
Oh, yeah.
And so WWE, shamelessly, like we did with Jinder Mahal, will go after a certain market and make sure that they're pushing a certain talent to represent that market.
Oh, you mean like how Mustafa Ali came out of nowhere to fight for the Intercontinental Championship when he went to Saudi?
Oh, bro, it never fails. You got Mansoor and Mustafa Ali, who always somehow get booked for the Crown Jewel show. Never see them all year long. Crown Jewel comes around and, oh, hey, this guy's on our roster.
Mustafa Ali is in NXT.
That's right. Now he is, yeah.
And it's just a weird how they're doing it. But I really do enjoy the Baron Corbin work.
Baron Corbin's doing his thing, man.
I like I've been there. I've done that. Now, he and Melo got into a little conversation piece, and he's like, I've been here, I've done this, I've done that. And Melo goes, yeah, if you want to talk accomplishments, didn't Arizona Cardinals cut you?
Oh.
I was like, dang, bro, you going to go there?
But a great comeback to that is, what NFL team did you play for?
Yeah. So they're building that matchup, which is good. I think that's going to be a good, The other match that I'm really excited to see, and I found something out that I really didn't know. The women's title match between Tiffy Time.
Yeah.
And Thea Hale.
Yeah.
I like Thea Hale, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I had the energy that girl has.
Yeah,
now,
for real.
I did not know this. Don't know why I just assumed she was in her mid-20s. She's 19.
Oh, my gosh.
She just graduated high school last year.
Oh, my goodness.
And she just, like, is a spitfire ball of energy. You just can't help but love the little thing. And she's just a little tiny thing.
Tinier than Katie? Yeah, I should take Katana chance?
No, she's got a little more size than her.
I got you.
similar height.
Wow.
They're little.
They're little people.
Tiffy Stratton, on the other hand, she's a big girl.
Yeah.
And she's a good-looking girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she's very athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, she's got everything, and she can
Yeah.
talk. She's a good champ. It was good. At first, I was like, why'd you... Oh, okay. She's that stuck-up, snobby...
You got to have it. You got to have it.
But, I mean, it's Mandy Rose all over again. Just a different person. But
oh, man, they dropped the ball bad on that one.
She's making more money now.
Oh, well, you know that. I mean, that's a given. A given.
But I'm excited for those two, that match, those two matches, to see those two matches. Now, I will say this. There's really only one person that I'm hoping shows up to Fort Pierce. And I've been on this dude for a while now. And
your boy.
I hope he's there just so you can get a little bit of a insight of why I like him. Ilya Dragunov.
Dragunov, yeah.
Because my man just is like, he just gets the snot beat out of him and just like, okay, that's it. Let's go. He just keeps coming.
Yes.
I mean, I just like him. I don't know why. I just
yeah.
So I'm excited. I hope he shows up.
Legit. What do you think about WWE making NXT more of a third brand and not a developmental kind of territory?
I don't like it.
Now, why is that?
Because with it being a developmental, it's a developmental. You allow people exposure enough to craft their abilities, their game.
Absolutely.
And give them the opportunity to earn their way onto the main roster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it's always been.
Facts.
You earn your stripes in the indies before you go to the major productions.
That's right.
So why not have... I mean, look at... I was watching an interview today with D. Brown, who's a former Major League Baseball player. And they asked him, is it harder to make it as an NFL star or an MLB star? And he goes, well, I'll tell you this. If you're drafted in the first 4 rounds in the NFL, you're on the team.
Facts.
If you're drafted in the MLB, you start in the minors.
Woo!
It doesn't matter who you are. Unless somebody gets hurt right out of the, you're in the minors. You got to play your way to the majors.
That's right.
So I like the fact that they have to build their character because it stops people from being on the main roster who are placeholders.
Facts.
And all that does is it builds every brand to be better. If you make it a third brand, you're diluting the waters. Because now you have to fill TV time with people who aren't ready for TV time. Which is why I love these house shows that we're going to. Because a lot of times we see people that are debuting, or you don't see them on the TV a lot, but they come to the house shows and they get a chance to work on their craft.
Facts.
And so I would much rather them keep it a developmental. Okay, it's a third brand.
Yeah.
But keep it a developmental.
Yes.
So that, people from other productions can come learn the WWE way, because every production does things differently. Even Bubba Ray said it. Bubba Ray said it's great to come from another promotion and then come here and learn, because you learn a different way to do something that you may not have known.
Facts.
Hey, this is how we do this here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm used to doing it this way. I got no problem. And if you're smart, you incorporate that into yourself and you become a better athlete or a better entertainer.
Absolutely.
So I keep it, Plus, I don't want to lose the house shows.
No, I agree with you on that, man. I don't know.
Call me selfish, but I like going to the house shows.
Yeah, I don't know all the plans they have, but there's definitely rumor that they want to push NXT as that third brand. And with the crossovers that they're doing with the main roster, it seems that they're trying to go in that direction to say, hey, guy Braun Breaker can challenge for the world title, that kind of thing. They seem like they're kind of pushing in that direction. But then again, we've seen it before. We've seen Charlotte win the Royal Rumble and then challenge Rhea Ripley back in the day for the NXT title.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really, really hard to say 100%. So, having said that, it's getting past my bedtime.
Mine too, homie.
What's really good? Thoughts? Anything else we did not cover?
I liked the promo between the EST and Charlotte Flair.
Interesting.
Because why does Charlotte get to come in? And I don't know if you saw that.
Didn't see it.
Oh my. Charlotte just stood there and smiled. It was like the whole time.
Well, I know when she first came back, her whole point was, I don't wait in line.
Yeah, that's what she said. Who cares? Number one, you botched 3/4 of your matches.
Ooh.
She's on the category of Roman Reigns with me. And Woo Energy, I love Ric Flair, but I'm not a fan of Charlotte Flair.
Dang.
I can't do it.
Dang.
And I feel like she got the 16-time push because there was no one else there. And all she did was lose and win, lose and win, lose and win.
Facts. You got a good point.
And we were talking about this earlier, to use LeBron. LeBron's considered as even only in the conversation of greatest because he's been around so long.
True.
His finals record is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to, is he going to take over a series or a game? No. Charlotte has 16 championships because she's been around so long. I mean, you could say the same thing about Ric Flair and John Cena, but there was no one. There was really no one. The only person that really gave her a challenge was Becky.
Facts.
And they booked that terrible, adding Ronda Rousey and other people into that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just go away.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Go away.
Give us some space. I think it's healthy to give us some space and do something else. Do something original. Do something exciting.
Here's a good litmus test for these things. When you have people create content on the internet, on this wonderful application that we have here at TikTok, saying new women wins a championship, and then you have the creepy person come around the corner and it's Charlotte Flair. Like, it happens every time. Like, okay, you're Charlotte Flair. Whoop-de-doo, Basil. Get to the end of the line. Earn your way up.
Dang, tell us how you really feel.
I told you I'm going in tonight. I don't care.
Dang, fam.
I'm going to be like Kevin Owens. I'm going to go to level 10.
Yes, Mr. Rageaholic. Yes, I love it.
I'm just saying, like, you asked me, and I don't want to go on. I know it's final thoughts, but that was one thing that we didn't talk about that I enjoyed.
100%.
I enjoyed how Bianca Belair called her out and said, "What are you doing?"
Facts.
I enjoyed that.
I love it. So, speaking of promos, man, my man Finn Balor could not cut a promo on Seth Rollins last week to save his life. The crowd,
that was so funny.
Dude, they booed him out the building they actually sang him out of the building, but they did him worse than they did Dom. And then this week, I thought it was genius for Balor to ambush him, drag him to the back, and get his words in without the crowd being able to listen for a cue on the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So Balor going around saying 7 years, 7 years, 7 years, go in the back 7 years, 7 years, and it's so unpredictable that they can't get the timing to just out sing him, and they're not going to sing during their babyface getting beat up.
Right.
So I think whoever decided, hey, we're going to book this, did a great job to make sure that Balor was taken seriously. Because last week,
yeah, that was hilarious.
Man, wow. So good stuff. I love what I'm seeing out of Finn Balor. I want to see more, and I want to see him and Seth Rollins put on a classic.
I agree.
Facts. All right, y'all. Hey, last time, we will be at NXT Fort Pierce. That is at the Havert L. Finn Center in Fort Pierce, Florida. If you were in the Treasure Coast area, whether you're as far up as Orlando or you're as far down as Miami, hey, West Palm Beach, Jensen Beach, whatever, come on up. We're going to be there doing giveaways. Okay, we're going to give away some great wrestling merch. We're also just going to have before and after interviews. You want to connect with us and just talk about the show, talk about WWE, talk about whatever. Talk about barbecue. It don't matter. We'll talk about it, all right?
I'm smoking a brisket this weekend.
Woo! Woo!
You said talk about barbecue.
Bro, that's probably the best smoking habit you can have. Smoking a brisket.
Throw a grenade out there for you.
Bro, for real. Hey, it's whatever. Dude, it's whatever. Hey, what we want to do, and we're just kind of projecting this. We didn't have anybody's permission. We want to start a tailgate culture in the wrestling world.
I like it.
So we'll be out there beforehand. Hey, try to do it up. Because they can't kick all of us out. Right? If we just start the tailgate and all they can do is be like, hey.
If the people ever figured out the power they have in numbers, it's a dangerous thing.
Fact. Because that if you know anything about the Finn Center, that parking lot is massive.
Yeah. So we'll be out in the grass section.
Yes.
Underneath one of the trees for a little bit of shade. Yeah. And come by. We'll talk. Let us talk to you.
Yeah, that's right. All right, y'all.
We'll have the people singing L.A. Night.
Yo, my man. Yep. We're going to be doing Money in the Bank predictions real soon.
Yes.
But yep, odds on favorite is our boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you. I love it. All right, y'all. We getting out of here. Sign off.
Peace out, girls.
Get some sleep. All right. God bless. Ooh. That was good, man.